The Liqui-Moly MXGP of Germany here at the Talkessel circuit. Teufelstal in Germany, 30 minutes plus 2. Who will it be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot through that sweeping left-hand turn at the bottom of this hill here? Gate drops, trying to scan my eyes across the gate, but it looks like Everts, Liam Everts over the foxhole shot line for the first time this year. But Rowan van der Moosdijk alongside him immediately. But it's Everts who holds on through the first turn. Van der Moosdijk there in second. Lucas Koenen in third place. Number 96 looking to go into second and maybe even first by the time they get back onto the start straight. But he just lost the back end on a freshly watered racetrack. Adamo there in fourth. Beniston and Geertz, the two Yamahas side by side in fifth and sixth position on the opening lap here. But it's Everts who leads. Lucas Koenen second, Van der Moosdijk third, Adamo fourth, Beniston fifth, Geertz sixth, Sascha Koenen seventh. And then we've got Stauffer, Oliver, Hara, Simonson, Bruce, Guerda, Chabatti, McClellan, Panzer, Gifting, Charlie Cole, Rick Elzinga in 19th, and then Bassi, Francesco Bassi. Kay de Wolf in 24th position at the moment on this opening lap. Not where he or Nastan Husqvarna expected him to be. Something of a quagmire out on the track in the opening laps here. Hard and slick underneath, so it really is going to be a tentative opening couple of laps here in this first MX2 race. Whoa. Stauffer and Sascha Koenen very close as they hit that Monster Energy jump there. But Liam Everts leading the way. And if he crosses the line at the end of this first lap, it'll be the first full lap that the Belgian on the Red Bull KTM rider has led in 2023. Got his hands full though. Lucas Koenen all over the back of him. Bit of a gap opening up, but Koenen cuts to the inside. Everts will have the inside line, the other side of the jump here, into turn 3. But can he hold on just for a couple of corners more? Well, Lucas Koenen gets good drive. Everts looks across, and it's Lucas Koenen who dives into the lead at the end of this first lap. Pressure taken off of Everts, perhaps. Van der Moosdijk there in third. Fourth is Adamo. Beniston still in fifth position. Geertz in sixth. As they come into land. Mikkel Harup has an issue. He was in, well, he's 11th now, but he's dropping down the order, so maybe he was even higher up than that. So Harup on the WZ Racing KTM having issues. But Lucas Koenen trying to do what he did in race 2 in France a couple of rounds ago. Take the lead and run with it. But circuit conditions more tricky than they were in that second race in France. A lot wetter in places, so just needs to be careful. Just getting a little bit untidy out of that turn there as he tries to escape the clutches of Everts. Everybody else just settling down a bit here at the moment. Keeping my eye. Kay de Wolf in the points in 20th place. Any points will keep him in the title fight, but he needs to be consistent with those points, even if it's 1 or 2 points throughout the weekend. Just off balance there, Rowan van der Moosdijk coming out of turn 17, the final turn on the racetrack. Fantastic start for Liam Everts, number 72, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Got his best qualifying race. Oh, and he makes a mistake over the turn, turn 3. All of a sudden, goes from second to third, and he re-emerges ahead of his teammate, Adamo. Lost in concentration, perhaps. Under attack from Adamo. Liam Evans, I was about to say, had his best qualifying race. Second position this weekend. Turned it into a foxhole shot as well. But just that mistake at the end of the second lap costing him that second place. Now he's under pressure from Adamo, who is desperate to regain the championship leader's red plate, but so too is Thibaut Beniston, who goes around the outside looking to get some slingshot to find his way past Adamo. Those two separated by 11 points as it stands at the moment at the top of the championship. Adamo on 381, Beniston on 370, Kai de Wolf on 368. So you see how important any points for Kai de Wolf might be this weekend. He's now up into 18th position, the red plate holder. Van der Moosdijk just out of sight there. And Astan Husqvarna 1-2. A Red Bull KTM 3-4. And here is Kai de Wolf in 18th position at the moment. That injured ankle, nothing broken, but very, very badly swollen and strained. And you feel everything when you land, whether you jump long, come up short, put your foot down in a right-hander. There are 7 right-hand turns around this Thalkessel circuit, and they've all got deep ruts in them as well. Not an easy place to come when you're carrying that kind of foot injury. Drag race to the line between Evans and Adamo. Sasha Coonan, their teammate, in 7th place. But when you think of what's at stake coming into this weekend, de Wolf had a 12-point advantage, led the championship for the first time over Adamo, got injured on Thursday, training not far from here, went back to Belgium for treatment, has had continued treatment throughout the weekend, anything just to keep that foot, to prevent him from riding. And he's now up in the 16th place, Kai de Wolf, having to really dig deep. Meanwhile, all eyes on Everton Adamo down there in pit lane. They've broken free from Thibaut Beniston as well. 2.5 seconds the Frenchman is behind these two. So the Montreal's Yamaha rider just needs to dig deep if he's to get on terms with these two here. Meanwhile, Lucas Coonan, 4 seconds clear at the head of the field. There he is, top left, working his way in the opposite direction. His teammate, is he being caught here, Van der Moosdijk, by Everts? Last time around, Van der Moosdijk 57.6, Everts 58.4, and a 58.5 Adamo. But will that work in the favour of these two this time around? Because they definitely look closer to Van der Moosdijk at the end of lap 4. Wake up, Jonge. That's the message for Everts. Yeah, 57.1, 56.7. Van der Moosdijk and Everts, so gap coming down ever so slightly. Just over a second now, but Everts has Van der Moosdijk in his line of sight. A little untidy coming out of that right-hand turn there for Van der Moosdijk and Adamo. Jan Panzer up into 11th place, just finding his way past Bobby Bruce on the AC United Gas. Isaac Gifting is next. Adamo to the outside, Everts to the inside, goes defensive. Almost side by side. Will there be a pass at the end of the straight? Not this time around, there won't be. Might cut to the inside here, but you can see how tight on the exit that inside rut is compared to the next one along, which is just a little bit wider through the curve. Same here, switching and changing from one side of the track to the other. Adamo, anything to find his way past his teammate, will try to show him a wheel here, but very, very precarious through that part of the racetrack. And he'll get squeezed on the exit here as well because of how we arrive back on the first turn. It's playing perfectly into the hands of Van der Moosdijk, though. He's just trying to escape these two warring KTMs. Kai de Wolf up into 15th place. That'll be 6 points to his World Championship campaign. Keeps him in touching distance of Andrea Adamo as it stands right now. Van der Moosdijk, 4th in the championship, as he sits there in 2nd, 1 point clear of Jago Geerts. Heroic rides for both Jago Geerts in 6th and de Wolf in 15th, given their injury circumstances. Five laps complete. Lucas Kühnen leading race 1 here in Germany. Led race 2 in Latvia until the final lap, when he made a mistake, handed the advantage to his teammate. But Adamo, fresh eyes, looking to the outside now. Everts goes to the outside this time around. Adamo cuts to the inside. Everts will see that. That'll spook him, but he has the advantage going into this next right-hander, turn 11. Keeps his teammate to the outside. Great battle between these two, fighting over 3rd place. But Adamo, desperate to find his way past his young Belgian teammate, because he can see Van der Moosdijk just escaping on the horizon, and he can't even see Lucas Kühnen, the race leader. Just looking at Kai de Wolf, he is 1.7 seconds down on Camden McClellan on the JM Honda at the moment. De Wolf was a little bit quicker than McClellan last time around. Right, we're going down to pit lane shortly to grab a word with KTM to discuss what they feel about this situation here between the two KTM riders. Liam Everts and Andrea Adamo are still fighting hard for that 3rd place. At the moment, it's Everts who has the advantage. So at the end of lap 6, Kühnen leads Van der Moosdijk. Everts still 3rd from Adamo. Here's Lisa.
Harry, we saw Liam get his best qualifying result yesterday. He took the foxhole shot. Clearly strong out there. He's in the battle with Adamo for 3rd position. How do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, it's anyone's game. It's a really long race. Liam's made some really great steps in the last weeks, and it's important just to keep building on it, get a solid result. It's 2 races this weekend, so it's still a lot of racing to go.
What feelings has he got with the track after qualifying? What feedback did he give you?
Yeah, he was really happy. He really likes that technical, stand-up, pick your line style, so I think it suits him well.
Best of luck to the team. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, Liam Everts enjoying the technical nature of the track, just like he did in France a couple of rounds ago, just like he enjoyed the qualifying race on Saturday here. And he's broken free from Adamo ever so slightly, and that's allowed him to close back in on Van der Moosdijk, who is coming back towards him on lap 7. Meanwhile, here's Harrop, and just ahead at the top of the hill, we have Jago Geerts. So Geerts, right, has Geerts made a mistake? No, he hasn't. He's still there in 6th, down for 7. And it's Oriol Oliver, isn't it, 51, behind them. So 6th, 7th, and 8th. Number 51 there on the WZ Racing KTM. Scored points in the last 2 qualifying races, has Oriol Oliver. Both of those were 7th place finishes. So coming into some good form is the usually fast starter in MX2. But Jago Geerts just ahead. 3 weeks ago, he was upside down in a heap, nursing a broken wrist. He had surgery. It's been fixed and plated and screwed. Just need to go to his Instagram account to find the pictures on there, and you see exactly what is holding that arm together. So this is a brave showing for the number 93. Just wants to pick up good points, solid points. Marcel Stauffer, though, the Austrian rider, making it very difficult for him. This is a great ride for the 401, who looks to find his way past the 93. Not able to go through there, though. Geertz, 9 seconds behind his teammate, Thibaut Beneston, who was the overall winner here last year in MX2, don't forget. So Beneston just lacking in pace, can't stay with Everts or Adamo. There he is in the opposite direction. So Geertz just trying to stay out of trouble. Right, here's the start of the race again. It was all about this man, Fox Holeshot, for the first time this year. Liam Evertsen got a good jump over on that right-hand side, gate number 2. Watch this, though. Van der Moostijk, very, very close. Very, very close indeed. But it was Everts who picks up his first Fox Holeshot of the campaign. His first Fox Holeshot in MX2. Picked one up last year as well, incidentally. Right, he is reeled in. Rowan van der Moostijk put himself under pressure when he lost second place with that mistake in turn 3 that allowed van der Moostijk to go through. He was under pressure from Adamo, but he's broken free from the Italian, number 80, and he's been able to bridge the gap back to van der Moostijk in that second position. Lap times quicker last time around, 55.8 compared to a 56.5. But 13 minutes plus 2 to go still remain in this first MX2 race here, the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany at the Talkessel circuit in Teussenthal. Again, he opts for the uphill triple. Watch this here, bottom corner of your screen. Everts in second place, just went over the berm. Left the door wide open. Van der Moostijk was through, but Adamo was knocking on the door as well. But van der Moostijk being very stubborn now, resisting the efforts of Everts right now. But how much longer can van der Moostijk stay there in that second position? 5th place in the championship when he arrived here. 16 points behind Jago Geertz. He's a point ahead of him at the moment because he's sat there in second place. But Adamo needs to find a second gear late on in this race as well. He's there in 4th position at the minute. Haven't seen too much of Kai de Wolf battling away at the moment. He's in 15th place, 14th place now. He's just found his way past Bobby Bruce. Going to be 7 points on the board. A hard-earned 7 points on the board for Kai de Wolf, who is going through the pain barrier. So much happening at this end. We've not really picked up the red plate holder just yet. He's up to 14th. He's about 1.2 seconds behind the number 770, Devin Simonson. Here's Lucas Kuhnen, who continues to lead by more than 8.5 seconds. The fastest lap of the race on lap 9, 1:55.08. Just coming into lap Jago Martinez on the 67. Here's Rowan van der Moostijk, still under attack from Liam Everts. Everts ready to strike. Got a second in race 1 in France a couple rounds ago. Came with a 4th in race MX2 got him third overall that weekend. Hoping for at least a second position in this first MX2 race. See the two lines there, you've got the outside sweep or the jump that pushes you wider on the exit. The outside allows you to swing back to the inside. Ten laps complete when they hit the line this time around. Evans can't afford to sit behind Van der Moosdijk too much longer because Adamo is gaining second wind. Is he closing though? 55.6, 55.9, ever so slightly. How deep is that rut? Kyle de Wolf up to 13th place now. And he's about a second behind Isaac Gifting. Evans around the outside. Tries his luck there once more. Again, gains ground on Van der Moosdijk, takes the inside line. Was it a little bit cleaner on the exit? Possibly, and he goes to the inside here. The shortest route through. Van der Moosdijk knows he's there. Tied to entry again for Everts. Will he cut to the... Well, he goes outside. Will he commit to the inside? He has to, but he has to just grab a little bit of air momentarily through that right-hander because of that mogul, but he's got good drive here, and he does charge down the inside of Van der Moosdijk and takes back second position. It was a long time in the making, 8 laps it took. But now he's there. He's starting to clear the Nastan Husqvarna man. You know what? Kyle de Wolf is having a fantastic ride here. He's less than a second behind Isaac Gifting now and has got him right in his sights. And here he is. So the red plate holder not doing his championship chances any harm whatsoever. He's 6 points behind Adamo as it stands in the title chase. He's got Gifting there right ahead of him. Can barely walk on that right foot. He's got 3 buckles holding that boot together rather than the usual 4, just to give that ankle some breathing space. A right-hand turn like that, deep ruts, problematic for the Wolf. But he's just having a ride and grin and bear it. Cuts to the inside. 12th position for de Wolf here, if he can get on the gas early. Gifting making him work for it though. And he'd have to go to the outside. He's going to have to go the long way round, but he manages to make the pass before the turn. Kyle de Wolf now up in a 12th place. A monumental ride for the championship leader. Wave Jello's in the right-hander, the other side of this jump here. Who was it that lost time? I think it was Jago Geerts. Well, Geerts down to 10th place. And there he is, Geerts. He's been down. So both riders with injuries, suffering problems, and Jago Geerts having to pick himself back up. Geerts out of 6th place. How much pain is he putting himself through now? What is the pain threshold for the number 93? Everything is okay until you make that first mistake, until you have that moment that just reminds you how much you're having to deal with. And when you have that moment, it breaks that concentration. And it's difficult to regroup and regain that momentum. It's going to be a long 6 minutes plus 2 laps from here for Geerts. Adamo all over the back of Van der Moosdijk now. These two fighting over 3rd place. Everts just around the other corner. back marker in the line of sight for Adamo. The number 18 of William Voksen-Clement of Denmark on the MX2 Race in KTM tries to stay out of the way of the battle and does so. Oh, a bit of a moment there, a couple of moments into that turn for Van der Moosdijk. Lost the front on the way in, had to have a couple of jabs with the left foot to keep him upright mid-turn. Allows Adamo to get even closer. The fight for third here continues with just over 4.5 minutes to go. Adamo to the inside. But you have to jump your way midway through that turn. Right, will he go to the outside? Or is he going to follow him on the exit? Well, he cuts to the inside immediately. There's Everts, who emerges next behind the back marker. Well, it's the 39. Everts, a 55-4 rider down on the exit of the turn. Van der Moosdijk, 57-0, 4/10 quicker than Adamo. Everts in the 55s. Lucas Koenen, 56.08. Gap 9.4 seconds between first and second, Koenen and Everts. A Belgian 1-2. Right, Adamo still cutting a frustrated figure. In that fourth place. He's got 8.5 seconds over Thibaut Beneston, who would have expected more from the Frenchman, given his past success around this racetrack. Bit of a moment there for Everts as he made a mistake. He was 3 seconds clear. All of a sudden, that doesn't look like 3 seconds anymore. Liam Everts, 27.1 in sector 1, 32, right, 26.9 compared to a 25.5. So he's lost 1.4 seconds in sector 3, putting himself back under pressure. That's going to let Lucas Koenen off the hook as well. As Adamo now eating the roost off the rear wheel of Van der Moosdijk. Second, third, fourth, right there in the same shot on the run down towards the finish line at the end of lap 14. Wind, I think, is just starting to pick up, pushing the riders from right to left as they come into the landing zone on the finish line jump. Geert still battling on in 13th position, but Gifting has gone by him. De Wolf up to 11th. Mikkel Harup, who had issues on the opening lap, has got himself up into 10th place. So the WZ KTM rider, his fastest lap of the race, a 55.2 that time around. Adamo throws it away. Did the front end ride the bank too high? Either way, he lost the front. And Van der Moosdijk is off the hook, and there's Thibaut Beneston. Well, he might get a second wind here as he sees the Italian coming back towards him. How much of these mistakes being made is down to the pressure of knowing you're going to be leading the championship at the end of this weekend if all things go to plan? Was that the problem for Thibaut Beneston early on? The reason why he wasn't able to push? Maybe just running too tight. We'll soon find out. will there be a response from either one of these two riders? Will Adamo gap the Frenchman, or will it be the other way round? Looks like he's got himself back in the zone, Adamo. 3 laps to go. Wow. Dragging a leg just to clear those ruts. Right. Gap between these two was 1.6 seconds. Keep an eye on it at the splits. There's a back marker between Adamo and Beniston. Beniston now 25 seconds clear of Oriol Oliver. Sector 1. Adamo 27.1, 3/10 quicker than Beniston. Beniston looking like he's gaining ground. This was a corner where Adamo fell a lap ago whilst chasing Van der Moostijk. Sector 2, 33.2, 33.1, another 10th gained by the 198. There he is, just in the background. Can't let this opportunity pass him by. Adamo, though, needs to focus. He knows he's got an opportunity here. He's probably suspected that he's going to be leading the championship at the end of this race. 2 laps to go. Astaan Husqvarna's Lucas Koenen, the 16-year-old sensation of MX2 this year, continues to lead the race. Liam Evans making it a Belgian 1-2 on the Red Bull KTM. He's got about 3 seconds over Rowan van der Moostijk. Had to weather the storm mid-race from about lap 2 to lap 10. When he lost second, came under pressure from Adamo. Then broke free from his teammate, closed down Van der Moostijk, moved back into that second position on lap 11. So a good recovery for Evans. Stepping up to turn 13, 14 and 15 here. Left, right, kink. Gap still about 10 seconds between him and Lucas Koenen. Mikkel Harup is up into 8th place. It's found away by Marcel Stauffer. Sascha Koenen is next, just rounding out the top 10. So Sascha Koenen doing what he did in Latvia a week ago. 10th in race 1, currently 10th here in race 2. The twin brother to your race leader here, number 96, Lucas Koenen. And De Wolf up to 11th, 10.5 seconds behind Sascha Koenen. As the 1-lap board goes out. Couple of back markers here to deal with. Peter Pollock, the 313 on the Young Motion powered by Risa Yamaha. But look at the poise of Lucas Koenen. Rider down in that top right-hander. Elzinga. I could see that it was one of the Monster Energy guys. Wasn't sure who it was, but it could only make sense that it was Elzinga. So he's in 16th place, or he was. But Lucas Koenen coming through to lap him is going to have to yield. Realises Okay, that's the leader. Who else is right there knocking on the door to come through? All of a sudden he thinks, well, hang on, there's a 9-second gap here. Oh, Van der Moostijk, he makes a mistake. And he's struggling to get going. Out of third place, so Adamo's definitely gone through. Did the two riders tangle? Coming out of that turn, Adamo now third, Beniston fourth, Van der Moostijk down to fifth. Couple corners to go. Lucas Koenen on the back wheel, past pit lane. The Stan Husqvarna Factory Racing drops downhill for the final time, hits the finish line and wins for the second time in 2023. Liam Everts, second in race one. Fantastic ride for the Belgian on the Red Bull KTM. His teammate Andrea Adamo will cross the line, having picked up another couple of points at the expense of Ryan van der Moostijk's mistake. And he will lead the championship once again.